Hello there, Fit Fam. Welcome on back to another video. My name is Megan Janice, the founder of Nomadic Fitness, and I teach you ladies how to eat way more food without any restrictions and work out smarter instead of harder so you can get that sexy hourglass body, all the banging curves, and keep it for life with ease. So today I am here in the gym and we are going to be doing a glute isolation workout. So this is a new addition into my workout split. I'm still lifting 5 days a week, but now I'm doing 2 full lower body days. So that's where I'm also doing a lot of legs, a push day and a pull day, so 2 upper bodies. And then my 5th day used to be a full body where I would do a little bit of everything. And now I am doing just a glute isolation day. So this is gonna be a day where there's very minimal leg involvement and we're not going very heavy because we're working more on really overloading the glutes, getting that nice juicy bubble butt pump. So we're only doing 4 exercises. It's not gonna be anything crazy. So let's get into this glute isolation workout. Okay, so we're just gonna get started with some glute activation with the fabric resistance band. Nothing crazy here. I don't really have any method to it. I kind of just throw on my band and move around a bit. So starting off with something like some simple lateral steps like this and a little bit of a zigzag walk like this, some banded squats. All right, got the muscle fibers nice and activated, so let's get into our actual working sets. Okay, so we are starting off this workout with some cable kneeling kickbacks, okay? So you're gonna bring a bench to the cable machine and get your ankle strap on. Okay, and then kneeling down on the bench like this, you're gonna be kicking straight back and up like that. Really nice, slow and controlled. You're not trying to go heavy here this entire day. We're not trying to go so heavy. It's more about high rep and really isolating our glutes and focusing on form. So we're going for 15 to 20 reps here, and just make sure that each rep you kick your leg up nice and high and give a little glute squeeze there for a second at the top. And the reason we're starting off with cable kickbacks is because this is a nice little activating exercise. So even though we did some glute activation, this is gonna pump our glutes even more, so that way for the rest of the exercises, we're really going to be targeting glutes and getting the most out of them. All right, next up, we are moving into some sumo dumbbell squats, one of my all-time favorites for hitting the booty. And this is gonna be pretty much the only exercise we do today that's also going to inevitably engage a little bit of legs, but I'm gonna walk you through how to really make it very glute focused. So number 1, pick a dumbbell that's actually heavy enough. You're only using 1 dumbbell, you're holding it with 2 hands, and you really want to make sure that you're properly overloading your muscles. So this is an exercise where the weight actually should be a little bit challenging. I got 70 pounds here, baby. I wanna see you lifting heavy as well. Okay, then you're gonna come take a nice wide leg stance. Grab the dumbbell with both hands, and you can see I'm leaning my torso forward here, okay? The more upright you are, it's gonna be more quad. When you're leaning forward, it's gonna hit the back of your legs and glutes a little bit more. Okay, so grabbing it with both hands here, you really wanna think that you're putting your weight in your heels. So kind of almost as though you're pushing your weight back and then coming up. And we're gonna be very slow and controlled, okay? We're doing lots of time under tension, really controlling our form today. So coming down, even counting to 3 and coming back up. So 1, 2, 3, pause for a second here at the bottom and come back up nice and slow. And I can already feel my glutes on fire just from that. And we're going for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps here. Okay, next up for our 3rd exercise, we have some KAS Glute Bridges. So what is the difference between a glute bridge and an actual barbell hip thrust? So a hip thrust, you're going to be coming all the way up to that full hip extension and then coming all the way back down to where your butt is touching the ground. So for that reason, it has a more full range of motion. And although it's obviously amazing for the glutes, it's also going to be working a lot of hamstrings. So the difference with a glute bridge is that it's a much shorter range of motion. It's really kind of just the very end of the hip thrust. So literally just scooping up your tailbone and kind of pulsing it out there at that top. And for that reason, it's going to be completely overloading the glutes. So usually for a glute bridge, you're gonna go definitely a bit lighter on weight because you're not really trying to hit your legs. You're trying to hit your glutes and go more for that pump. So let me show you how to do it. So obviously you wanna make sure that the bench positioning is the same as a hip thrust. So you wanna have your upper back against the bench. You should be able to kind of tuck your shoulder blades on top, and then you should be able to reach out where your fingertips are going to be touching your heels, thrusting up like this, coming all the way up. And now that we're in the full hip extension, we're going to be lowering our tailbone, scooping it up. So really thinking that that is what's driving the motion here, is it's your tailbone scooping up. So scooping up your glutes, and that is really just going to completely isolate them and overload them. We're going for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps here. And you can see you're giving a nice little squeeze hold at the top for about 1 second and going going through the range of motion, nice, slow, and controlled, because again, we're not really going for weight here. We're going for time under tension and just really trying to overload and pop that booty. And by the way, if you don't want to get set up with the actual barbell, if you're kind of new in the gym and that's a little bit intimidating, you can also do this on the Smith machine, and that's going to be an easier setup. Or if you're doing it at home, you can also do it with dumbbells. All right, I'm just going to add on a tiny bit more weight, 10 pounds on each side, just because I felt like I had room to give a little more oomph without going too crazy and not actually properly overloading my glutes. So yeah, it's a bit of a delicate balance of, you know, not going so heavy that your lower back and your legs and everything are going to end up taking over, but also still pushing yourself and knowing if you have a little bit more intensity in you to give, then give it, as long as you're going to be able to still have good form. All right, fam, we're at our last exercise now. We're going to be doing some glute focus reverse hypers. So again, with this machine, make sure that the cushion is not so high up that it's cutting at your hip bones or even above. That's obviously going to get in the way of the range of motion. You want to make sure that it's set low enough that you're going to be able to hinge. Nothing's getting in your way. It is below your hip bones. Then you're going to grab some kind of weight and you're going to tuck your shoulders in, round your back. This is like the only time you're ever rounding your back is for this exercise. And that's simply because when you are doing that, it's going to force you to lift from your glutes a little bit more. So we're going for 15 to 20 reps, really high rep. Obviously, we're trying to burn out the glutes here. So let's go. Rounding in your back, pushing your legs, your thighs into the hip cushion, coming all the way up. Nice and controlled. Squeeze and hold at the top for a second there. Hey fam, literally, this is how pumped my glutes are just from these 4 exercises we just did. Like, look at this. Look at that shelf coming in. Olay. I am kind of in shock. I cannot believe how much growth I am seeing just in a couple of weeks. So yeah, you can see how much more pumped they are already just from the start of the workout. And all we did was 4 exercises, nothing that hard. And you can see it was just that effective. All right, Fit Fam, that is the workout. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you are seeing just as much of a glute pump as I am. I am freaking loving it, and I'm so excited because I feel like I'm seeing so much growth even in just about 4 weeks. So I know if I can see that much change that fast, then in a couple of months, it's going to be seriously, seriously awesome. Because yes, it's really good when you can see changes just in a few weeks, but know that the really big changes, you got to be thinking more like months and even years to see like big results. So I'm excited for that journey, but it's nice to see that it's happening along the way. And you saw that that was not a very hard workout. We literally only did 4 exercises and they were challenging, but it wasn't anything crazy. So it just goes to show that it's not about working out so long and so hard. It's really about working out smarter, ladies. That is the secret. So comment down below if there's anything else that you want to see from me, or if you have any questions about nutrition, workouts, mindset. I am here to guide and support you. And if you want to get some more booty popping, leg sculpting workouts, then make sure to check these 2 videos here, because I'm going to walk you through some more great workouts. Thanks so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.